May prosperity be glorified. May rulers rule the world with law and justice. May divinity and erudition be protected. May all beings of the world be happy and free. Peace, peace, peace. Hello and welcome back to Olotita. Welcome back to Wholeness. I'm really excited for today's video on mantras. What are mantras? Well, simply and easily, the repetitions of words, phrases, strings of thought. And when you repeat them over and over, you're helping to change your state of mind, especially if these mantras have significant meaning to you, or if you can connect to the reverberation of the sound or the intonation that you're creating. So there's a lot that can go into the work with mantra itself. You can pick little sounds or words like Om, everything, oneness, source. And the sound itself encompasses the universe as well. It's a very powerful sound that you create through your voice. And that reverberation of sound creates energy. So I want you to keep in mind that the use of mantras can do a lot for us emotionally and spiritually, mentally, to calm the body and the mind down, to help us focus our attention, to bring more peacefulness to our state of being. But it also helps us very energetically to connect to those same states of being that we're looking to achieve. So it's not just doing the work of repeating a word or a phrase. It's really connecting energetically to it. It's connecting to the reverberation of the sound itself and trying to ultimately become one with the present moment, with the connection of the sound, with the connection of the words, with the connection of the thoughts behind those words, and the connection of peacefulness that it brings to you. So I wanted to give you a little background because today I'm going to introduce you to the Ashtanga Opening and Closing Mantras. These are not mandatory to practice yoga or Ashtanga yoga even. The mantras that we use in Ashtanga are very beautiful and they have beautiful history behind them and the words are beautiful. So I wanted to introduce them to you today and give you the opportunity to experience them. Maybe you choose not to work with them, but maybe later you decide you want to practice them. And if you do, these videos are tools for you to work with this practice of mantra work, which is another tool of wholeness. And it's one that you can choose or not choose to include in your asana practice. The Ashtanga Opening Mantra, it's a two-part mantra. The first is a dedication to all the teachers who have kept this practice alive for thousands of years. And yes, this practice has been alive for thousands of years. So it's truly a thank you to all of those who have come before us. The second part of the mantra is a specific dedication and thanks to a man named Patanjali, who is known to have codified the Yoga Sutras or the Yoga Shastras. They're essentially shlokas. During that time of Patanjali, yoga was taught in person from teacher to student, and it was orally passed down. So even if you had these little shlokas to look at, you really couldn't understand them. You needed a teacher to help you decipher them. And that's another piece and part of the history behind this practice. Patanjali is really important in the history of yoga because had he not codified those sutras, yoga could have been lost to us forever. So we really have a lot to thank him for. In the opening Ashtanga mantra, we always focus on taking time to separate where we were before we got to the top of our mat and where we go after that. Meaning, when you get to your mat, even if you don't understand the Sanskrit that I speak today, I want you to connect to the energy of the sounds that I'm creating. You don't have to understand me. It's about connecting to the energy because everything we do in yoga is energy. We just use three-dimensional constructs to connect to the energy we seek because we can't see it. The same is true for mantras. So don't get so caught up in, I don't know how to do it. I'll never understand it. I don't know Sanskrit. It's confusing or it's weird. Just listen and see how you feel, knowing that these are thanks to teachers who have come before us. So every time I take practice, I get at the top of my mat, I stand in Samastitihi and I bring my hands together in prayer, and then I recite or chant the opening Ashtanga mantra. For me, not only does it help me to really connect to what I'm about to do, bring myself to presence, being right here, right now, it does help me remember the teachers that came before and feel some gratitude. And as you guys know here in Olotita, everything is about being grateful. So that's another piece that it brings to your mat and to your practice and mindfulness as you move your body through space. And another very important component or benefit I find to mantra work is truly that it doesn't matter what I did or experienced or read or saw or felt before I got to my mat. I do my opening mantra and then I'm really here. I've left that behind. We can always pick it up after we roll over a mat. But it separates that time for yourself from the time with everyone else or the world around you. So take that to heart. Now the closing mantra, it is a beautiful Mangala mantra or peace prayer. And I can't even begin to explain the benefits behind connecting energetically to the resonance of the energy behind this mantra. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to recite. It feels good. And it really is the best way to close out your asana practice. For me, when I finish my yoga practice and I say my closing mantra, I dedicate my practice to the world. I let it go. And then I can take rest and lay in that beautiful energy that I've released because I know that I've benefited from it and now I can let everyone else benefit too. So as I chant these mantras today, just listen with an open mind. I might also add, if you check out videos on YouTube or you have a teacher yourself who practices mantra work and specifically these mantras perhaps, you might learn it differently and that's okay. If you're in the privacy of your own home, nobody's there to watch you. So if you want to try working with mantras, just do it. Don't judge yourself. Enjoy. Ashtanga Opening Mantra. Vande Gurnam Sharanavinde Sandarasheta Swatma Sukhabodhe Neshreyase Jangalekayamane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashantye Abahu Parushakaram Shankachakrase Darinam Sahasra Sharasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. The Ashtanga closing mantra. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena morgena mahim maheshaha go brahmanebhyaha shubhamastu nityam Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If you are even a little interested in trying to learn the opening and or closing mantra, there's a link in the description box below that takes you to the website where you can learn a little bit more about these mantras and how to work on doing it yourself. If you want to start practicing this, try to add it in at the beginning and ending of your yoga asana practice each time you get to your mat and see if it helps you connect a little differently to the energies in and around you. I hope you have a gorgeous rest of your day and I'll see you here next time. Namaste.